And now to the escalating situation at our southern border. Today, the Secretary of Homeland Security, Alejandro Mayorkas, is urging those trying to cross into this country not to come, saying loud and clear the border is closed. But that message comes too late for so many who've already made the long and dangerous journey. U.S. authorities are now deporting migrants, many of them families with young children, to Mexico, and so many more are on the way. Our team is on the ground in Mexico, meeting some families who've already been walking now for 12 days. Tonight, what Mexico says they're doing to slow the tide. ABC's Marcus Moore is at the Mexico-Guatemala border for us.
Startling new numbers tonight revealing the enormity of a migrant crisis along the U.S.-Mexico border. Sources telling ABC News of the more than 5,000 unaccompanied children and teens in Border Patrol custody, 823 of them have been held now for more than 10 days. By law, they are only supposed to be held no more than 3. That overflow of migrants at Border Patrol stations prompting officials to open temporary shelters like this one at a Dallas Convention Center, where this weekend an additional 1,200 kids were sent for care as they seek asylum. After what many called mixed messages to migrants, Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas telling our Martha Raddatz on This Week in no uncertain terms.
The border is closed. The border is secure. We are expelling families. We are building safe, orderly, and humane ways to address the needs of vulnerable children. Do not come.
It is a message not reaching Mexico's southern border region, where we met dozens of migrants from Honduras as they walked along this highway in the state of Chiapas. Hoisting his 3-year-old son Marlon above his head, Luis Pineda told me they'd been on the road for 12 days. He also said he's thankful for President Biden. He told me we heard that he was giving opportunities. We hope it's still happening. We thank him from the bottom of our hearts. Reportedly under pressure from the Biden administration, Mexican authorities this week said they would step up enforcement to stop the flow of migrants across the country's southern border with Guatemala. It stretches for more than 500 miles. We saw this checkpoint several hours from the border where immigration officials searched vehicles.
We're told the migrants are no longer in those massive caravans because they're too easily targeted and broken up. Instead, they're now in smaller groups as they try to make their way to the north.
The Biden administration has turned back the majority of those crossing into the U.S. We've seen the images of many distraught after believing they would find refuge in the U.S. But those that do make it, especially minors, are met with a growing crisis at the U.S.-Mexico border, as our Matt Gutman saw in El Paso.
But there's also dangerous overcrowding. At this Border Patrol facility here in El Paso, there's a capacity for 260 minors in those buildings, but right now they hold nearly 1,200 kids.
Children standing up with nowhere to sit down, children who can't all lay down at the same time or can't lay down at all.
But the migrant flow continues as families fleeing violence in their native countries seek safety and opportunity elsewhere. But each new step closer to the border is one into the unknown, and their moves are fueling a fierce political battle on the other side.
And Marcus joins us now from Palenque, Mexico. And Marcus, we heard in your report there that Mexico says they're stepping up enforcement at their southern border. What are you actually seeing on the ground?
Well, Lindsay, those Mexican officials have said they've sent extra manpower to the border, including military teams with drones and also night vision. But despite whatever efforts might be in play right now, we have still seen men, women, and children who've either been able to go through or around the many checkpoints we've seen in this part of the country. And it's such a vast border, Lindsay, it seems like it will be impossible to stop it all.
Thanks so much, Marcus.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.